They are called driving privilege cards, giving undocumented immigrants the right to drive in Delaware, and they officially went into effect this week. But so far, only 38 people have applied for the card statewide. Now, Sussex County Bureau Chief Evan Kozlov joins us now outside the DMV in Georgetown. And Evan, after all the controversy about these cards, it's been a relatively slow start to the application process.
Good evening, Paul. And according to data from just a few years ago, there are well over 20,000 undocumented immigrants in Delaware. That makes 38 applicants a pretty small percentage, but advocates say that's sure to rise. Here at the studio of Maxima 95.3 out of Georgetown, there's a lot of music being played. But there's also a lot of talk. And one of the most discussed topics of the year has been on driving privilege cards. Owner of the station, Kevin Andrade, says the law, which came into effect on Sunday, will have major impacts on the Hispanic community.
I think it's important because it's going to take a lot of people from the shadows. If this bill is going to provide the opportunity to these families to, go work and take the kids to the doctors.
8 at station number 12.
But it's not off to the DMV just yet for these undocumented immigrants. First, they will need to get their fingerprints done at the State Bureau of Identification. So far, though, it's been relatively slow, with just 38 applications as of Wednesday. Javier Torrijas from the Delaware Hispanic Commission says one reason for this could be the fear in the Hispanic community of deportation. That includes people like Lester Rodriguez, who we spoke with in Seaford. He came here illegally from Guatemala 10 years ago. He said he plans to get the driving privilege card next week.
It's important because one could drive more safely. You wouldn't be risking being pulled over by police. And the most important part is the security for everyone that drives.
But as people prepare to head to the DMV, many remain opposed in southern Delaware. That includes former state trooper Rocky Justice, who we spoke with in Georgetown.
I'm a firm believer that we should all follow the same rules. If you're here on a visa or a green card, I don't have a problem with you getting a license privilege. If you're here illegally, I do have a problem with that.
Regardless of opinion, as of Sunday, the law is the law in Delaware. Important to emphasize that the driving privilege card is not meant to be for any other type of identification, just for driving purposes. Reporting here in Sussex County, I'm Evan Kozlov, WBOC News in Georgetown.
All right, Evan, thank you very much. Now, we should mention that these cards will not be available for all undocumented immigrants. First off, you must submit to fingerprints from the State Bureau of Identification, as Evan mentioned. On top of that, one has to prove to the Division of Revenue that you have paid for state taxes over the last 2 years. Finally, you must show a valid form of ID from your home country. Only then will you be able to go to the DMV for a driving test in Delaware.